somebody and thought, wow, I wish I could be like them. That was me, just 2 years ago, sitting exactly where you are now, watching all the successful people on stage, thoughts running through my head. Imagine if I could be like them. No, not me. I sat on my own, 30 rows back, and when they announced the Christmas incentive, I remember clear as day thinking, if I get the hang of this, I might just bag a turkey this year. Wow, Amplify. I never could have imagined that just 2 years later, I'd be standing here, not as a spectator, but sharing my own story with all of you. Before UW, my world looked very different. I worked in cosmetic retail. My last job was in Harvey Nichols, Manchester, where I stood on my feet for almost 10 hours a day for nearly a decade, on barely more than minimum wage. I couldn't even afford to park my car there, so every morning I'd park in Salford and I'd walk miles into the city. And at the end of those long shifts, exhausted, my feet aching, I would make the same long walk back again. And it was on those walks that my mind would run away with me. I'd replay the days in my head, serving women who never glanced at a price tag, women who bought armfuls of luxury products like they were groceries, handing over their credit cards without hesitation, smiling as if money was the least of their worries. And I used to wonder, what would it feel like to be like that? To be carefree about money instead of worrying about every penny. That's when I began to beat myself up in the head. Amanda, why didn't you go to uni? Amanda, why didn't you choose a better career? With every step on that walk, the same sinking thoughts echoed. By my mid-50s, I was convinced that it was too late to turn my life around. That ship had well and truly sailed. Or had it? Because sometimes life places something in front of you exactly when you need it most. And for me, that moment came when my world was centred around caring for my mum, our Iris. Chasing promotions or prizes, I joined because I needed something that would fit around her. She was living with mid-stage dementia, and while there were challenges, we had the most beautiful moments, full of laughter, warmth and love. Then several months after her dementia diagnosis, during a routine scan, doctors discovered she also had lung cancer. No symptoms, no warning. The prognosis: we were facing our last 12 months together. That year became the greatest gift. A year where dementia didn't steal our laughter. A year filled with silly moments, endless cups of tea and cake, and stories we told 100 times, but we still laugh like they were new. And always by her side was her little toy dog, Curtis. He gave us so much comfort during the dementia journey. She wouldn't go anywhere without him. I'd sit at the kitchen table with my laptop open, ready for my next call, and she'd potter about and appear with a cup of tea and ask, "How many people are we helping today, love?" And you know what? My mum was so right, because in our business, we don't get people, we help people. So if you shift that mindset from, I just need to get one more, to who can I help today, the whole way you build your business changes. That lesson came from her. Thanks, Mum. She didn't always understand what I was doing. At one point, she said, "How are you getting it so cheap, man? Are you sure you're not fiddling the meters? Don't get yourself in trouble." But she knew I was making a difference. She felt it. She knew it mattered. And she was my biggest supporter. And she was my very first customer. It all started with her. I saw what was possible. I saw how this business could create freedom, not just for me, but for others too, and I couldn't keep it to myself. I started sharing it with friends, with strangers, with anyone I thought might need something more. Not because I had a grand plan, because I was passionate and because I believed in it. Before I knew, I was supporting others and I loved it. It grew quickly, not by force but by belief. And as I continued to show up, something incredible began to happen. In my first year, I earned over £100,000. I created a huge team. Together we now look after more than 5,000 customers, and we've built a culture where double promotion bonuses become the norm. But here's the truth. Even though those achievements are amazing, they're not what I'm most proud of. What I treasure most are the cups of tea at the kitchen table with my mum, the silly moments with Curtis, and knowing that this business gave me the time to be fully present with her. Have you ever heard just 2 words, but they carried a lifetime of meaning? On the 8th of May this year, my world changed forever. My beautiful mum, my best friend, my greatest cheerleader, the centre of my world, gained her angel wings just days after her symptoms finally appeared. On her last day, I was right by her side, just as I had always been, and in her final minutes, she opened her eyes, she put her hands on my cheeks and said just 2 words: thank you. That was the last thing she ever said to me. And I'll carry those words with me for the rest of my life, because I know exactly what she meant. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the love, the care, the presence. Thank you for making me feel safe. Thank you for the time. And I will always be forever grateful to this business because it allowed me to give her that time. Fully, completely, and without compromise. Now here's the part that really showed me the power of what I'd been building. In the weeks after she passed away, I couldn't work. I couldn't face the world. Most days I sat clinging to Curtis, who I sprayed with a favourite perfume, Estee Lauder Youth Dew. That was all I had left of a presence. The house was quiet, my heart was broken, and yet even in that silence, the income still came in. That month, the month where I could hardly breathe, I was still paid. And even in my lowest month, I earned more than I have ever earned in any full-time job. That's the power of residual income. It gave me space. It gave me space, it gave me time, and it gave me peace. This isn't the only time where I felt the true value of what we do. Earlier this year, my son, who lives in Vietnam, became gravely ill with typhoid. Within hours of getting the call, I was on a plane. I didn't have to ask for time off, I didn't have to worry about the cost. I could just go and be with him. Thankfully, he fully recovered. And while I was gone, my mum was so beautifully looked after. Not just by my wonderful partner Ian, who FaceTimed me every day so she wouldn't forget me, and to my son Scott, but also by my UW family too. Our very own Stephen Longworth visited her with a box of chocolates. She never forgot that. Jess decorated her room to make it feel special. Georgia sat with her making a laugh. And when the time came to say goodbye, Femi, who you saw earlier, who's amazing, one of my dearest friends in this business, stood and read a prayer at her funeral. That's when I realised this isn't just a business, this is a family. And I will be And I will never forget the way they loved and cared for her like she was their own. And along the way, I've learned something simple but powerful that I want to share with you. Wherever you are is an opportunity to build. When my mum was in hospital, I spoke to the nurses. When she was in the care home, I chatted with the staff. Many of her carers are now either partners or customers. So show this to everyone and I promise you the numbers will take care of themselves, because your business is wherever you are. You are the opportunity. So yes, this business has given me a beautiful new home, incredible travelling experiences, a growing income and a purpose I wake up for. But what I treasure most is what it allowed me to give. The love, the presence, the time. Because this isn't just about what I've gained, it's about the difference that I've been able to make for the people I love and the people who have trusted me on this journey. So if I could give you 3 valuable takeaways today, it would be: show everyone this opportunity. Recruiting should be as natural as breathing. And as our Iris said, remember, we help people. Change that mindset. And don't be like I was on those long walks. Believe you can do this. Build your mindset. Read the right books. Go and see Barry outside in the lunch break. He'll guide you to the right material. So go and build something that matters. Build it with passion. Build it with purpose. Build it for your cups of tea at the kitchen table, for your version of Curtis, and for the people who fill your heart. Because this is, and always will be, so much more than an income. And like my mum's very last words to me, I want to say to UW, thank you.
Team Purple, please make your way.